The Totnes and Dartington Disability Football Group meets every week and provides football for mixed ages, gender and abilities. Since joining the coaching team, Cody has obtained her Level 2 Coaching Award, the FA Disability Coaching Award, the Devon FA First Aid and Safeguarding qualifications. She's an enthusiastic and diligent coach who makes the sessions fun and totally inclusive, which is a big challenge. She's also very calm under pressure and deals with incidents in a particularly professional manner. The nature of members means that coaches are faced with challenges in communication, behaviour and physicality, but Cody always ensures that the sessions run smoothly and that everyone is involved and has fun. Cody has very special qualities that are very hard to find. She's a star. Tristen is one of the most passionate and fun-loving junior coaches Power Athletics has had to date. Her bubbly nature has inspired those around her. Tristen builds strong professional relationships with the athletes that allow her to develop not only their physical but social skills as well. From this, her responsibility has increased. She's now been entrusted with delivering private tumbling sessions to athletes seeking a challenge. Her role as a junior coach is to be a role model, support fundraising events and deliver coaching sessions, which she does on a voluntary basis. Tristen has more than lived up to the expectations of a junior coach and more by consistently asking questions to develop her coaching practice. James completed his Coach Corps apprenticeship, which he did at the South Devon Tennis Centre, graduating in December 2018. Those that have had the pleasure of being involved with the work James carries out have been impressed by his work attitude and ability to work with a variety of children aged from 3 to 17. James also volunteers at wheelchair tennis on a Sunday afternoon, which is helping to gain an all-round experience of inclusive tennis. He gets on so well in both groups and is always professional in the sessions. It's clear to see his confidence grow as he gets to know the players in the sessions and he's able to adapt his coaching approach to the different players. All the players respond well to his coaching. James also competes in Special Olympic tennis events throughout the country. He continues to progress and his ambition is to represent Great Britain as a Special Olympic athlete playing tennis. Danny's whole life is trampoline. He works tirelessly producing plans to get the very best from his young athletes. He's become an instrumental part of their lives and develops them to achieve the best. His own knowledge has grown by making connections with some of the most respected coaches in Great Britain. He's been able to get 2 of his athletes selected for the World Championships at the age of just 11. This isn't just physical, but he manages to mentally support them too. Danny only started the club 4 years ago and is now competing with the very best in the country, and the club has grown to around 400 members. Danny has put Plymouth on the map for trampoline and it's now considered to be one of the most successful clubs in the country. James has been head coach of Tavistock Swimming Club for 7 years after he qualified with an ASA Level 3 head coach's certificate in swimming. During this time, he's brought the club to the forefront of the swimming scene in Devon. This year, however, he's presented a showcase of his talent and skills, not just as a coach, but equally as a mentor, community member and aspiring leader. At the Devon County Championships, the swimmers from Tavistock Swimming, under the guidance of James, achieved many records and a very impressive 119 personal bests, a 93% improvement. For over 30 years, James has been a huge part of the wider swimming community. He's an inspiration to all that know him. Phil Shears has successfully coached Newton Abbot under-15 girls to win the 2017 National Age Group Championships. To compound the success, the under-16 girls team won the 2018 National Age Groups, improving on the previous year's bronze medal. To achieve this takes many hours of dedication and commitment, travelling to Manchester, Liverpool and other far distant pools. The girls won every game, beating big city clubs along the way. On a regional level, he's coached Newton Abbot under-17 team to win the Bristol and West Water Polo Junior League, beating teams from Bristol, Exeter and Cardiff, to name a few. Phil also coaches the Newton Abbot ladies team. He travels many miles every year, and his dedication and commitment to the young people he coaches is remarkable. The Making Waves Together project in Plymouth is a match-funded Sport England Family Fund initiative, encouraging families to have active time on, in or under the water by engaging in water sports. Harris helps with every aspect of the project, setting up, maintenance of equipment, encouraging and motivation not only younger members of the project, but also more nervous, older adult participants. He's calm, enduring and reassuring, and he supports and motivates and allows all families in the project an opportunity to excel. He's selfless and a valued member of the team. Some families in the project are troubled, in need of empathy, and Harris is a beacon of hope for a lot of the families and an incredible role model to the younger children. Beth started tennis 4 years ago, shy, unconfident, and she didn't even want to step into the tennis club. But with some encouragement, she tried it. It was clear to see that she had potential as a volunteer, as she'd love to talk and help young children. Beth helps at all the LTA club events, including the Great British Tennis Weekend, the Corn Cup, Monster Smash and the Summer Slam. On top of that, Beth now does a monthly newsletter, helps design posters and comes up with fundraising ideas for the club, as well as helping out with social media. Beth is a role model for all young children on and off the tennis court. Guy's drive and ambition is exceptional. Having the vision and foresight, he started a community interest company following the success of the community programme he was involved with as a volunteer coach, which was run by the Exeter Chiefs in winter 2018. This has since become an inclusive social programme, opened up to both males and females of any age, and is designed to be welcoming, flexible, fun and interactive. Guy is an exceptional leader when coaching and is able to engage with a cross-section of individuals from young children to a much older generation. His passion and desire for wanting to help others cannot be questioned, and he goes the extra mile. All of this is done in a volunteer capacity. Candace gives up so much of her time to almost single-handedly run the Harriers running section of the club. She's been the chairman for 4 years and previously been secretary and been volunteering with the club for a number of years before. She organises the club runs, the member-only events and looks after the website, the race entries for 3 of the biggest races in North Devon, and designs all the race literature and the club promotional materials. Candace also spends her weekends checking what races the members have been doing so she can post the results on Facebook. Candace is also a leader in running fitness and the group leader for the club run on a Tuesday and a Thursday. There's also a lot of admin that goes on behind the scenes, and she does it all. Without it, there would be no Bideford Athletics Club. Sue's passion to get women back on their bikes is infectious, and at 72, Sue proves that age really is no barrier. Over the years, she's helped many women gain confidence in their cycling, many of whom have gone on to cycle recreationally or as a commuter, whilst others have taken part in cycling events and holidays. She's passed on her enthusiasm, encouraging more women to become qualified breeze champions, and this in turn has given them the confidence to inspire other women to get back on their bikes. Although Sue has stepped down from her coordinator role, she is still actively involved in leading rides. Sue is viewed as a real advocate for women cycling in the region, and her determination and passion to get more people active and back on their bikes is truly inspirational. Rex is 75 and an energetic participant in the local community. He's a keen dog trainer, and this, together with his wide interest within the River Team rowing community, occupies most of his leisure time. Rex has been a major contributor to the promotion of the River Team seine boat rowing for race teams, leisure rowers and novice rowers. He's keen to make rowing open to people of all ages and abilities, including people with disabilities. He's always willing at short notice to join in or assist with crews on both sides of the estuary. Above all, he loves to coach, to cox and to row. As a trained physiotherapist, Charlotte has extensive knowledge around health and fitness, and as part of her wellbeing champion role, she uses every opportunity to encourage her colleagues to support their wellbeing at work. Charlotte is highly respected in her team, and with the support of her manager, she's established a culture of health and wellbeing in her workplace, which the team have totally embraced. In her wellbeing champion role, Charlotte always goes the extra mile, which can be seen in the way that she motivates her colleagues by using incentives. Charlotte's sense of fun and attention to detail saw her working out that over the 4-week step challenge, the total distance covered by the team during working hours was a massive 9,357,000 steps, which is 1,179 miles. That equates to walking to Casablanca. Frances is the staff health and wellbeing champion. She's a very keen runner and walker, and on average covers 60 miles a week and 20,000 steps a day. She's been encouraging all her colleagues to get active every hour by ensuring they do at least 250 steps, which they've all been doing. Frances is the team leader on the Big Devon March and encourages colleagues to increase their steps and text reminders during the weekend to keep moving. And by increasing their steps, many colleagues have lost weight. Lisa did an excellent job of organising an after-work running club throughout much of 2018 and early 2019. It ran regularly each week and was attended by more than 20 people, many of whom now have a passion for running. She always makes sure to plan multiple routes for each session so that the club was accommodating for runners of all abilities and ensured that there was a welcoming atmosphere in order to encourage new runners. Lisa has been involved in organising and promoting other initiatives such as lunchtime group walks and mileage challenges, which have seen widespread uptake and encouraged people to quite literally go the extra mile. She always leads by example and takes part herself in all the activities she organises, and you can never accuse her of having a do as I say, don't do as I do attitude. At the age of 14, Tilly started to play for the adult West Country Hawks team. At 17, she's now a key player in the team. This year they finished second in the league and won the end-of-season tournament. Tilly is breaking down barriers. Students don't see her as a disabled athlete, they see her as an athlete. She had a natural ability to drive everyone to achieve their personal best. Wheelchair rugby has transformed Tilly's life. She's been the driving force behind the development of the Exeter Hawks Wheelchair Rugby Club, which is now a thriving local community club. The school saw a massive change in Tilly's achievement academically, and she's noted that wheelchair rugby helps her to deal with her anxiety and self-esteem issues. Tilly is an exceptional young lady who's achieved so much in the face of adversity, and not only for her own development, but for the benefit of those around her, who she inspires every day. She has a depth of courage and determination that's an example to us all. The City of Plymouth Gymnastics Club has had a phenomenally successful year. There are several standout individual performances. Oscar Piper is a local inspiration. 2018 saw him finish second in Great Britain in the 11-12 category, as well as remaining on the Great British squad for double mini tramp. Nyla Everly has a very determined work ethic and manages to carry out demanding training and compete with the best in the country without letting her schoolwork slip. Nyla qualified for the British Championships in the lower age band of the 11-12 category and finished fourth in Great Britain. Her results over the season saw her selected for the England squad, and then very quickly she was moved to the Great Britain squad. Evangeline Piper is a former GB diver and at the age of 12 had to choose between diving and trampoline. Last year she won bronze at the English Trampoline Championships. All in all, the club is going from strength to strength and has had a fantastic year. It's been a truly amazing year for the first team at Ashmore Hockey Club. The men's first team excelled themselves at the second weekend of the National Indoor League, amazingly qualifying for Division 1 for next season. A real team effort with 16 players from the men's firsts representing the team in one of the National Indoor League weekends. The first team players have also strongly represented the values and ethos of Ashmore as a welcoming and inclusive family-orientated community hockey club. The first team players have been superb ambassadors during the season. As well as coaching, they are fully integrated into the heartbeats of the club, evidenced by their contribution to umpiring regularly for the club's lower men's teams, ladies' matches and junior age groups. On the back of a hugely successful 2016-17 season, where the team won every game and a treble of trophies, Dawlish United girls took the leap into the Devon Junior Minor League Under-18 division. For a team full of under-16 players, this was a huge test against strong teams full of older players. To put the achievement into context, they're the only team in Devon out of over 1,700 teams in youth and adult football to have won the treble. By scoring 141 goals in the 2017-18 season, they also had the highest average goals per game of any female side in Devon. The success of this team is down to their incredible hard work and dedication, and was the best possible way to finish as the girls move on from youth football. Bryony only turned professional in 2017, but has had a stunning rise to the top in the male-dominated sport of horse racing. She had an amazing 2018, winning at the Cheltenham Festival and becoming the first lady home in the Grand National, finishing fourth. She's a dedicated sportswoman who is a role model to all who meet her. She's been chosen as an ambassador for the Jockey Club and, according to them, could be the greatest female jockey of all time. Bryony attended South Dartmoor Community College, where she excelled in all sports and was recognised on the Sports Honours Board on completing her education there. In order to promote dance training as a viable activity for disabled people and to empower them to create and perform interesting and challenging work, Street Factory needed to understand the barriers they face and to identify ways in which they can be overcome. Having already done some amazing work with people who have diverse needs, it was clear this needed to be formalised in order to strengthen the development of their programmes. They are committed to presenting sports activities, dance programmes, workshops that embrace dancers, practitioners, teachers, young people, families and audiences of all backgrounds to gain a mutual understanding, passion and exploration of dance, life, love and hope. Put simply, without Matt, there would be no youth disability football. Although he doesn't drive, he still ensures he gets to football every week, even carrying his equipment and footballs. He's dedicated and not put off, as he has to do it all alone a lot of the time. Nothing is too much trouble for Matt. He's what is known as an unsung hero. He coaches 20 youth players week in, week out, whatever the weather. The Deaf Get Active and Volunteer project provides opportunities for everyone in Devon to volunteer, communicate and get active together. It's the first project of its kind in the UK, which creates a bridge between the hearing and deaf communities. The project has been successful in changing attitudes, raising awareness and providing opportunities for the deaf community to partake in opportunities traditionally more difficult to access. Increasing numbers of deaf people are benefiting and taking part in sports and activities. Deaf people tell us they feel more confident to participate as a result of the project. It's developed new approaches to gathering, monitoring and evaluation of the work by the strength of their relationships and adaptable ways in which they can reach out to their audience. The Argyle Community Trust is the leading sports, social and enterprise organisation in Plymouth. Its business impact on sport, physical activity and social outcomes is beyond outstanding, as demonstrated by two projects in the last 12 months, Manadon Sports Hub and Mayflower 400. The Argyle Community Trust has made an exceptional contribution to the Mayflower 400 programme, which has been strongly showcased in the last 12 months. They've developed an inclusive and ambitious portfolio of sporting and health and wellbeing activities, ranging from headline events such as the International Special Olympics competition to promoting grassroots participation through their Sports Community Fund. They are clearly delivering significantly above the value of their contract. The Exeter City Community Trust is Exeter's largest health and wellbeing charity that works tirelessly in the community to provide projects and programmes. Their aim is to provide inspiring health and wellbeing activities and opportunities to all sections of the community based on the themes of sport, education, health and wellbeing and inclusion. They engage, improve, give and deliver every day of the year to hundreds of community members. They are a delivery-focused charity spending 22,000 hours in the community each year. They've also successfully launched two new projects focused on early intervention and reducing reoffending rates in partnership with local prisons. Sue and Tim Cox at Sea Sports Southwest have become an integral part of the Teignmouth community over the past 11 years, promoting healthy, active lifestyles and encouraging all to get involved in water sports, continually demonstrating the accessibility and positive effects of water sports for young, old and less able. In addition, they have a keen focus on promoting and educating the young on the water and seaside safety too. As well as this, and creating 10 additional jobs in the area, they also attract additional revenue and trade in the area, not only through their usual water sports offerings, but also through training Atlantic rowers from across the globe. In support of their local community, Sue, Tim and the Sea Sports team get heavily involved in local events, such as the Teignmouth Regatta. Launched 2 years ago in Exeter, Grow has, for want of a better word, grown quickly ever since. With their relentlessly positive approach to news, they aim to inspire, add value and stimulate growth wherever they operate. Grow promotes sporting activity in the workplace via simple steps that have maximum impact. Lunchtime walks are encouraged at least 3 times a week, and it's normal to see members of Team Grow downing tools and embarking on a 20 to 30 minute walk in nearby Ludwell Valley Park. This has obvious social, physical, emotional and mental health benefits. Members of Team Grow are also supported through an informal but intentional framework of coaching, mentoring and pastoral care. Axminster Tool and Machinery is keen to promote a healthy lifestyle for all its employees, incorporating work-life balance, healthy eating and physical activities. To this end, the company has encouraged and financially supported a range of lunchtime and after-work sports and activities. In addition to after-work netball and football, lunchtime activities are also encouraged, including walking, running, cycling and HIIT sessions. The HIT sessions take place on company premises in the photographic studio. There are also plenty of on-site showers for staff to make use of after they have taken part in a lunchtime workout. Those who cycle, run or walk to work receive a small thank you in their pay packet each month, as they're not only keeping fitter but helping another aspect of our well-being by reducing our carbon footprint. In the past year, Exeter Roller Derby has undergone a rebrand, moving from a men's-only team to a co-ed and taking on and developing a junior team. All the coaches at Exeter Roller Derby are unpaid volunteers and extremely dedicated. Exeter Roller Derby encourages people of all ages into sport, teaching vital skills and confidence. It gives young adults and youngsters an alternative hobby and outlet which they can continue through adulthood. The club is entirely self-funded and the volunteers unpaid, which shows their passion and dedication to the sport, the skaters they teach, and to the community that they represent. The judging panel would like to commend the club for their attitude and inclusion to all, and for how they inspire their members to believe in themselves and continual encouragement of others. Vale Netball Club has remained a fully inclusive club through its 4-year history, growing its volunteer workforce to 7 qualified coaches, yet keeping the weekly sessions to an easily affordable amount. In the past year, the club has grown to over 120 girls aged 9 to 16, as well as coached back to netball sessions for young mums, athletes returning from injury, and others taking up the sport after many years. They've even rekindled the flame for over 25 women aged between 50 and 76 with walking netball sessions. Vale Netball Club is currently bringing netball to over 150 people each week aged between 9 and 76. Soon they'll be inviting 8-year-olds to the club, such is the demand, which brings them nearer the target of coaching 8 to 80-year-olds. Vale Netball Club has inspired and coached various ages and abilities over the past 4 years, raising not only fitness levels but self-esteem, giving a sense of belonging and even combating loneliness. Ivybridge Rugby Club prides itself in both its sporting accolades and the impact that they've had on the field, as well as the social impact they have on the local area. To support almost 400 playing club members, there are 40 voluntary rugby coaches and a further 40 team managers and officials, a mix of men, women, young student leaders and including people with disabilities. The social outcomes achieved by Ivybridge Rugby Football Club extend to an annual tradition where all the under 12 to under 8 teams tour together in the West Country, with some 300 players and families going away together. On the pitch, the Ivybridge Rugby Football Club were winners of the Devon Senior Rugby Cup in 2018, the first time in the club's history, and the under-16s were winners of their age group Fisherman's Cup.